Welcome to this pull day workout. This first exercise is going to be a deadlift. This is targeting our lower back. This can be a heavily misunderstood exercise. Lots of injuries lead to this if you do it incorrectly. So just make sure that the number one priority is that you are keeping your core nice and tight. You want to be activating it the entire time. You want your feet shoulder width apart. And again, you want that back flat and core tight with a weight. This can be done with a kettlebell or a barbell. You're going to be starting with it, arms nice and relaxed. You want your shoulders back as well. Shoulders nice, broad shoulders back. This is going to help target that lower back and then lower the weight or the bar all the way down to where it's touching the ground. That's the difference between an RDL and a deadlift before coming back up. This is a hip hinge movement. Legs are not really bending at all. This is all a movement in your hips. And if you are lifting with the weight in your heels like you should feel this, yes, in your legs, but also in your lower back. You want to do this nice and slow and make sure, once again, that your core is nice and tight. Next exercise is an assisted pull-up. I do this with a assisted pull-up machine because I cannot do a normal pull-up yet. So if you're using a machine like me, make sure that the weight is on a feasible weight for you to do. The higher the weight is, the easier it will be to pull up on your body weight. So step up on that machine, kneel on it, whatever you have to do. Arms are going to be slightly wider than your shoulder socket, and you're going to pull up, chin above the bar, and then slowly lower your body weight back down. Next exercise is going to be a lat pull down. I love this exercise. Again, this is using machinery. Make sure that your knee holder is on the correct height and the weight is on a weight feasible for you. So before sitting down, grab onto a wide bar, again, wider than shoulder width apart. Take a seat, and then you're going to want to slightly lean back, and then you're going to pull down towards your chest. So right around where your sternum is, not lower than your pecs, but right under your chin on your sternum, okay? I'm about to show you a side view, but you're gonna wanna pull nice and slow right down to your sternum. And while you're doing this, pinch your shoulder blades together. You're gonna want your elbows to go back, and you definitely should feel this in your upper back. Just like every exercise, keep your core nice and activated, and this workout will be a good upper back one as well. Next exercise is a hammer curl, and excuse that moth that is flying around, but along with your biceps, this is also working out your forearms. You want your arms and hands to be facing in, palms facing in. You're going to curl that weight all the way up to your shoulder and go slow on the way down. See how I'm not letting momentum swing that weight down? You really want to fight that resistance, and you will feel and see that bicep pump. Next exercise is going to be a gorilla row. So you're going to want to take a very, very wide stance and bring that butt close to the ground. You want to be bending those knees. You want your torso to be almost parallel with the ground for this, but not arching or rolling your back downward, okay? So shoulders are going to be nice and broad and faced back. When you are in that position, you're going to be rowing up towards your sides, elbows going up one at a time. You should feel this all along your arms, but also your upper back. Again, the main priority is that you do not want to round or arch your back for proper form and technique. Next exercise is going to be a good old bicep curl. So very similar to the hammer curls, except palms are going to be facing away from you, and the weights are going to be parallel with the ground, just like a hammer curl. So you're going to curl all the way up, and just like those hammer curls, slow on the way down, fighting that resistance. This is a lot more focused on that bicep ball that you typically see when flexing your bicep, not so much any other muscles such as your forearms, but this is very important to go nice and slow. Make sure you are not swinging your arms back and forth. This completely defeats the exercise itself. Nice and slow, nice and slow, and again, nice and slow. Last exercise is going to be a lat pull. So flat on your back, make sure your core is activated, knees bent. You're going to want to grab a little bit of a lighter dumbbell because this is a little bit of a harder exercise. This is working your lats and your triceps, but keep your arms completely straight. Do not bend them and do not put the weights together. You want them to be even with each shoulder socket, okay? So not together. You want to lower and hover those weights right above the ground and then return back to starting position. You should feel it right where it hurts. Hope you guys have enjoyed this workout and you get a good pump, and I'll see you at the next one.